Today in the news, Texas coronavirus cases include more than 80 infants, and Texas deaths hit records as schools get approval for virtual classes. That in the Dallas Hospital Capacity Report. Today is July 20th, 2020, and this is Dallas Weekly News. Hello, I'm your host, Patrick Washington, and this is Dallas Weekly News. A health official on the Texas Gulf Coast said 85 infants have tested positive for the coronavirus. Corpus Christi, Nueces County Public Health Director Annette Rodriguez said Friday that the 85 infants are each younger than one, but offered no other details, including how the children are suspected to have become infected. Republican Governor Greg Abbott is also stressing that the widespread use of face coverings could avoid another lockdown, which he hasn't ruled out. Texas health officials reported more than 10,000 new cases for the fifth consecutive day on Saturday and said 130 more people have died due to COVID-19, the disease caused by the virus, bringing the number of reported cases to 317,730 and the number of deaths to 3,865. The true number of cases is likely higher because many people have not been tested, and studies suggest people can be infected and not feel sick. For most people, the coronavirus causes mild or moderate symptoms that clear up within weeks. But for others, especially older adults and people with existing health problems, the highly contagious virus can cause severe symptoms and be fatal. Texas gave public schools permission to keep campuses closed for more than 5 million students well into the fall as the state scrambles to contain one of the largest resurgences of the coronavirus in the country. The changes in Texas were announced hours before the state set a new daily record for the virus deaths with 174 and reported more than 10,000 confirmed new cases for a fourth consecutive day. It also follows a backlash from teachers and parents who criticized Texas's earlier timeline that had students returning to classrooms by August or September as rushed and reckless. Under the new guidelines, Texas schools could hold online-only instruction for up to the first 8 weeks of the school year, potentially pushing a return to campus in some cities until November. This includes Dallas and Houston, where school teachers concerned about the surge of COVID-19 cases have postponed the first day of classes until after Labor Day. President Trump and his administration have demanded that schools fully reopen right from the start, calling for new guidance for federal health officials and slamming schools that want to bring students back for only a few days a week. Texas's largest teachers organization dismissed Friday's announcement as underwhelming, saying it is based on an artificial deadline. The Texas Education Agency said students who are not equipped for virtual learning, particularly those whose families lack reliable internet access or a computer, will still be entitled to on-campus instruction once the school year begins. Attorney General Ken Paxton said he doesn't think the private religious schools need to comply with the local public health orders prohibiting in-person classes, as several cities have already done. He cited constitutional and statutory protections unique to religious individuals and communities at all times, even during COVID-19 pandemic. Governor Greg Abbott said Thursday that Texas could be seeing signs that the spread was slowing after June and July, in which hospitalizations quadrupled, which has stretched hospitals and ICU units to full capacity. One of the hardest hit areas remains the Texas-Mexico border, where officials are looking at converting hotels into medical units. It has been nearly 3 weeks since Texas shut down bars again, and Governor Abbott said the leveling off of Houston's hospitalization rate in recent days is encouraging. And now, the City of Dallas's hospital capacity rate. Thank you for joining us. This has been Dallas Weekly News. I'm your host, Patrick Washington. You can find these and more stories on dallasweekly.com. And of course, follow us on social media on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter. As always, if you can, please stay home, stay safe, and we will see you again tomorrow.